Hi guys, today I am going to make for you my delicious banana and cranberry bread. For this recipe you will need 1 3/4 cups of self-raising flour, and I've also got in there 1/4 cup of plain flour. You will need 2 bananas that have been mashed. Now I do suggest that you try and get really ripe bananas, or at least let them sit there until they become quite ripe. You will also need 1/3 of a cup of dried cranberries, 2 eggs lightly beaten, half a cup of brown sugar, half a cup of milk. I've got some 2% milk there, but you can use whatever milk you like, and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Now what I've got back here is macadamia oil, so instead of using butter I use 50 ml of macadamia oil. If you can't find this type of oil, you can go ahead and use any flavourless or ground nut oil that you like, or alternatively feel free to use butter. The first thing that I'm going to do is to combine all of the dry ingredients together. So in a mixing bowl I've placed the plain flour and the self-raising flour. I'll also put in there the dried cranberries and the brown sugar. Okay, so I'll just give that a bit of a quick combine. Don't get too fussy with it, you just want to combine those dry ingredients together. Okay. So putting that aside, the next thing that you want to do is to combine all of your wet ingredients together. So in this instance I've got the mashed banana, the egg, the milk. I think this bowl is quite small. I forgot to pop in my cinnamon with the other ingredients, so I'll just put that into the dry ingredients now. Okay, so with the wet ingredients you just want to give that a bit of a quick combine just to incorporate them together, and then you just want to pour all of that into your dry ingredient mixture. Okay. So once that's done, you just want to fully mix up all of those ingredients, and what you should be left with is a really nice batter. Now I did forget to add my macadamia oil, so at this point if you're using butter or another type of oil, go ahead and just add that in as well. So I'm just going to put in roughly 50 millilitres of macadamia oil. So that's quite a healthy monounsaturated oil, which is why I personally like to use it. And it doesn't give off as strong a flavour as when you bake with olive oil, which I've also done in the past, but this just has a really delicate flavour in baking. Okay, so that's looking really good. If your mixture is either too wet or too dry, you might just want to adjust it at this particular point by adding either just a little bit more milk if it's a bit dry, or if the mixture is too wet, then just go ahead and add a little bit of flour. But I think my mixture here is spot on, so what I'm going to do next is put that aside and get my loaf tin, and I've just lightly greased it with some canola spray, and what I will do is get my spatula. Okay, and I'm just going to put that mixture right into the baking pan. Oops. That's looking really good. Okay, so just make sure you scrape out every last bit. Okay. And what you want to do next is just to just to get any air bubbles out by just shaking it on your bench a few times. Okay, so I've had my oven preheating to 180 degrees Celsius or 375 degrees, 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And you just want to go ahead and bake this for about 45 to 50 minutes. And I just suggest taking it out at around the 40-45 minute mark and just testing your banana bread with a skewer. So if the skewer obviously comes out clean, you're good to go, take it out. But I will now put this in the oven. So the banana bread's been cooking in the oven for 45 minutes, and after that time all I did was insert a skewer into the bread just to make sure that it was cooked, and it was. And then I just let it rest in the pan for about 5 minutes, just to slightly let it cool down. So right now the bread is just cooling off on the cake rack, and then you can slice the bread, go ahead and eat it. Or what I like to do sometimes is just to slice it and wrap individual slices in plastic wrap and freeze them. So that way you can just pull on out individual slices as you feel like them. They're also really great for lunches. So I really hope you enjoyed that recipe. It's one that I like a lot. I will leave a link to the recipe in the description bar below, so go ahead and check that out, and I will see you in my next video.